What's the cruelest thing a family member has said after you sacrificed everything for them? I grew up in my grandma's house. When I was 5, my mom and I moved in with her, and my godmother already lived there too. My aunt was part of the household as well, though she never really contributed. She liked to claim she stayed behind to take care of grandma, but the truth is, my grandma was strong and independent. She managed her own life just fine, all the way until the very last year, when cancer finally slowed her down. The reality was that my aunt used grandma as a shield to avoid ever getting a job or finding any way to support herself. She leaned on grandma's generosity, while my mom and grandma kept the bills paid, the taxes covered, and the house maintained. When I was 22, my mom passed away from cancer. It was devastating. I knew that without her, grandma wouldn't be able to carry the financial weight of the house by herself. So my wife and I decided to step up. We didn't want to abandon her, especially not after losing my mom. For the next few years, we carried most of the expenses. We paid the property taxes, kept the electricity on, paid for repairs when things broke. When the air conditioning failed, we covered the cost. I even gave grandma my old car so that my aunt could drive her to her medical appointments. I did all of this because that's what my mom taught me. Family takes care of family. It wasn't about owning anything or demanding credit. It was about being there for the people you love. When grandma passed away, it was just me, my wife, and my aunt left in the house. And even then, we stayed. Out of guilt, out of loyalty, out of the feeling that leaving her alone so soon after grandma's death would have been cruel. So we kept supporting her. We bought groceries and cooked meals. We kept the house clean. I mowed the lawn. I handled pest problems. And I gave her our recyclables so she could have a little pocket money. We were still paying the taxes and the utilities, and she was still living there without lifting a finger. Eventually, though, I had to confront her. I told her that since my mom and I had both put money into the home, it would only be fair for us to co-own it. I explained that my wife and I wanted to fix things. New carpet, repairs, improvements. But we couldn't invest in the house if it wasn't at least partially ours. Otherwise, she could just sell it one day and leave us with nothing. I wasn't trying to take the house away from her. I just wanted a fair arrangement where our efforts weren't wasted. She flat out refused. Not because she had a better plan, but because she wanted the house all to herself. We argued. I reminded her how much we had done. For grandma, for her, for the house itself. Her answer was like a slap in the face. Well, you should have just left. That broke me. Years of sacrifice. Dismissed like it was meaningless. Later, another argument pushed me even further. I told her how wrong it was for her to take advantage of my mom the way she did. Her answer? Well, take it up with your mother. My mom had been gone for only 2 years at that point, and hearing that nearly destroyed me. It was cruel, dismissive, and heartless. That was the moment I realized I couldn't keep helping her. I told her what she said was awful, and reminded her again that we had put more into the house than she ever had. That's when she delivered the line that changed everything. Christian, you guys are renters. Renters. Fine. If that's how she wanted it, then that's exactly what I became. From that point forward, I lived strictly by my lease. I paid the electricity bill and the property taxes, just as I had originally agreed when I moved in, but everything else, not my responsibility. The lawn, landlord's issue, the termites chewing through the walls, landlord's problem, broken air conditioning, busted water heater, collapsing windows, all for her to handle. Cleaning, dishes, the layers of dust covering her hundreds of framed photos, none of it concerned me anymore. And slowly, the house began to fall apart around her. The air conditioner broke again. The shower failed. The water heater leaked and destroyed parts of the living room walls. Termites spread through nearly every piece of wood in the house. My aunt sat there watching her home crumble, and I no longer lifted a finger. My wife and I are now preparing to move out completely. Honestly, we might not even give her notice. After all, notice isn't part of my lease either. When we go, we'll just go, and she'll be left exactly where she put herself, in a house she let rot by her own stubbornness. I still feel pangs of guilt sometimes, because it's hard to shut off years of being the responsible one. But then I remind myself that guilt is just her hold on me, a parasite trying to cling to the host. She called me a renter, so that's what I became, and soon, this renter will be gone, leaving her to face the reality she created.